Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, December 27th. The time is 3:15 p.m. and the temperature right now is around -3 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at Coxwell Avenue and Upper Gerrard Street. Well, that would be Upper Gerrard over on the east side. And here on the west side, it is Fairford Avenue. And just south of here, Gerrard Street resumes on the west side of Coxwell. I'm not really sure how Gerrard came to be split into two. But either way, I'll be walking south down to Little India. And then from there, I'll walk west along Gerrard Street East all the way to the East Chinatown neighborhood. So that'll take me to Gerrard and Broadview. There goes a 506 Carlton streetcar. So that'll be making its way all the way over to High Park. And that terminates to the east at Main Street Station, which, believe it or not, is actually the northernmost spot on the TTC streetcar network, even though if you look at a map, it would appear as if that were St. Clair West. And there's a Dollarama, which appears to be open. This is the eastern boundary of the Leslieville neighborhood. And I think the last time I was in Little India was in the summertime. So it's been quite a while. And that was the 22 Coxwell bus that I was on to get my way down here from Coxwell Station, which is just to the north of here at Danforth Avenue. And apparently there's bowling here. I can't tell if that's 5 or 10 pin. Oh, it looks to be 10 pin. And a Good Life Fitness. And just south of this intersection is a pretty cool brew pub called Godspeed Brewery. Gerrard Street India Bazaar. I recognize them. They were on the bus that I was on. So this is Gerrard and Coxwell. Although Coxwell ends here, or rather Gerrard ends here, and east of Coxwell it goes by a different name, I think Eastwood. I can't really see the sign. And I think with the sun peeking out from over there, I'm going to cross over to the south side of the street. So we'll just wait for the light cycle here. And this Little India neighborhood runs along Gerrard Street between Coxwell here and Greenwood Avenue to the west, which I'll be walking past. There we go. I guess we gotta wait for the advanced turning signal to finish. The price of meat is out of control. And there's a Glory Hole Donuts. According to the sign, they're sold out. Today is not a holiday, so most places should be open. I believe that is some Al Rent art. He's a local artist. You'll notice art in that style on a number of buildings throughout the city. And I know the weather's kind of bleak and gray, but this is one of the more colorful neighborhoods. The Leslieville School of Dance Music. So Leslieville runs between Coxwell and the railroad tracks, and then I'll be entering Riverdale. And this is Croft Street. It's got that unique fence on one side. I've done a few videos along here, including one on the scooter not too long ago. This building always stands out at night when it's all lit up. And that building there is an old movie theater that at one time showed Bollywood films. That was short-lived, and it's since been converted into an apartment building. There's certainly a lot of Indian fashion retailers here. There's another one across the street. Tibetan, Nepalese, and Indian cuisine in that spot, which is closed. I've always found this area to be a bit on the quiet side whenever I walk through here. Every summer they hold a street festival in Little India, and that resumed for the first time in a few years this year. For rent, bachelor. I'm assuming that means bachelor apartment. and not just some single guy. So this street is Woodfield, and it is rocking a bike lane. And I have always found this curious. You've got the Lahore Burger House next to Desi Burger. Dueling Desi Burger restaurants. And over here you have the Lahore Tikka House. And this is a spot I've been to a number of times. And they've got a tuk-tuk in front. The Lahore Tikka House brings you the food flavor from the historic city of Lahore. If I'm not mistaken, that's a city in Pakistan. It looks like the second floor is for lease there. I wonder if they imported those from overseas. Try our famous chicken on fries, $10 cheeseburger, chicken burger, Philly cheesesteak. We've got the Social Gardener Cafe under a very colorful looking building. I'm guessing this hasn't been a tavern in a while. This would be a neat one to look up on Google Street View. You can turn the time back. I think it'll go back as far as 2007. And you can roughly pinpoint when that tavern closed up. Hold this for a mattress. And we take a break from retail. There's some residential lining the street. Smile for the camera. Hello. Watching you, watching me. So Little India came to be in the 70s. And there's a lot of Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Sri Lankan, and Nepalese establishments there. Where's that music coming from? Tea and Bannock, indigenous cuisine. And this is Greenwood Avenue. And to the north of here, at Danforth, you'll find Greenwood Station, and just to the south of here is a very large park, Greenwood Park. And I think there's a public skating rink there. A lot of retail fronts here that are not occupied, at least not by businesses. I wonder if people are just living in them. That's probably the case, and due to privacy, they just curtain up the front. So for the next few blocks, it will be mostly residential. So I think this walk should be about 3 kilometers in total. Although I guess we're already 17 minutes in. That is Alton Avenue. It's a one-way street, and we're on the other side of Greenwood Park. That's always the worst part, not having a shovel. Pushing snow around with the shovel is annoying, but breaking up the ice underneath is definitely where most of the effort ends up going. I can't even remember the last time I had to shovel. Ever since the early 2000s, I've lived in places where I didn't have to do that. This is Hastings Avenue. And this is Leslie Street. Real food for pets. is the massive Riverdale Collegiate, which means this should be Jones Avenue coming up. There's a neat little stretch of retail coming up. Between Jones Avenue and Gerrard Square. Then after that, it'll be into Riverdale. According to that sign, it is 3:39 p.m. And that says 0 degrees Celsius on it, but my phone says -3. Maybe I should double check that. Closed down Pizza. And that tall building way off in the distance is Aura. And that's at College Park. And you could keep going along Gerrard and it'll take you all the way into downtown, and that's where you'll find the IKEA. And here's that stretch of retail I was talking about. Taberna Mexicana, great burger kitchen. Let's see, what does my phone say? It has gone down to -2. I don't know if that's focusing or not. And I'll be walking by one of the oldest pubs in the city pretty soon. Maple Leaf Tavern. Little London barber shop. This must have been an old cinema here. The Grand Gerrard. It does not appear to still be operating. Bubble tea. And across the street is Gerrard Square, a regional mall anchored by a Home Depot as well as a Walmart. There's also a large no-frills supermarket just around the corner from it. I think it was about 2 years ago I did a video through there. Shop at the Square. And that would be just one of two Walmarts that are relatively close to downtown. This one and the other one over at Dufferin Mall. This one being east of downtown and Dufferin being on the west side. And there's a Food Basics in there as well. It's another discount supermarket. And dating back to 1910, it's the Maple Leaf Tavern. I can't think of too many that are older than this. The Black Bull on Queen West, the Wheat Chief at King and Bathurst. There's one on Yonge in the Hogs Hollow neighborhood as well. And we've made it to Pape Avenue, which comes to an end just north of here and turns into a pedestrian bridge. That gives you a pretty neat view of the skyline. Then it resumes just on the other side of the rail corridor. Pape's one of those streets that spent some time as a residential street. And it turns into a more commercial affair north of Danforth. The Fujian Association of Canada. Coffee and Espresso Bar, Oriental Hair Salon. There's a name that might not be chosen if they're opening that one today. My Bar and Restaurant. Italy Hair Design and LCBO. That is a very makeshift basketball setup. And hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. And this rail corridor here will be used as part of the Ontario line. And there will be a subway station right at this corner. And that line will start all the way up near Don Mills and Eglinton, and it'll eventually make its way down to Exhibition Place. So this is Carlaw Avenue. So just up ahead is East Chinatown. That would be the famous Real Jerk restaurant. Which, if you're a fan of Drake, which I'm not, but that's appeared in one of his music videos before. The Gerrard Carlaw Parquet in the city within a park. Does that even make sense? Coffee and clothing. There's an interesting mix. There's a cyclist. It's good to see this thing finally open, although I am not a fan of how the retail meets the street. You can see how these older buildings are just oozing with character, and you get these smaller, more unique retailers, no doubt with more affordable rent. All right, now it's through East Chinatown. Neat looking coffee shop. So this is one of two official Chinatowns in Toronto proper. This is the second of the two. It arrives a little after the first one, which is at Dundas and Spadina. It's also the much lesser known of the two. And much like Little India, every time I walk through here, it's always on the quiet side. And much like Little India, it came to be in the early 70s. If you look closely at these homes, you'll find some interesting businesses inside some of them. The Sino-Cultural Assembly of Canada. And across the street we have a rather highly regarded French restaurant, Bata Poulet. I don't know how to pronounce that. And Bak Yen. That's an excellent Vietnamese spot. East Chinatown off-track wagering station. the Eastdale Collegiate Institute. And I think I just walked by Degrassi Street, which is one street behind me. Scenic Aquarium Company Limited, exotic fish and bonsai. Boxing Week sale. Collective Arts Pop-Up Shop. That's a local brewery. I've been to this place. There is no shortage of Vietnamese soup to be had in the city. Oh, my camera seems to have wandered upwards. I think the cold weather wreaked some havoc on it. And this is Gerrard and Broadview. And I guess I should be hopping onto that streetcar. Well, I'll take a pass. I'll close up and figure out my escape plan after that, but I hope you enjoyed this one, starting... Oh, she wasn't going to make it. At Coxwell and Gerrard, walking west through Little India, through the Leslieville and Riverdale neighborhoods into East Chinatown. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. I have a TikTok account as well. Well, I'm not too happy with them. They just took down one of my videos. There's also a super thanks button appearing below these videos if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.